Hey guys, I'm in a San Diego tourist attraction, which is a must-see when you're in this part of California, and it's called Balboa Park. It's right next to San Diego Zoo. I'm not going to go into San Diego Zoo. I think I went there when I was a kid, so I'm not going to see that again, but I'm going to have a walk around Balboa Park. And funnily enough, on the way here, that road just down there, caught the bus up from the city, from downtown, and I got lost, and I was down in like a ravine or a canyon, whatever you want to call it. I was waiting for any moment to be attacked by a mountain lion or some coyotes or something. So it's quite warm and sunny in San Diego today, so by the time I got up here I was sweating like an animal, and I was pleasantly surprised to find this deck across the road from the Casa del Prado Theatre with a bloody great big Moreton Bay fig, and it's nice and cool under here, so I thought I'd sit here while I wait for my travel buddy to arrive. My San Diego mate's got to do a little bit of work and look after the kids today, so I won't see him again until tomorrow, but I'll wait for my travel buddy to arrive and we'll have a little walk around here, Balboa Park, and check out a few things. But right now I'm bloody enjoying this Moreton Bay fig in the shade. It's cool, it's kicking out. There were some silly Americans here before and they couldn't pronounce the name of it, and they're trying to guess what sort of tree it was, so I gave it to them, and turns out they've been like climbing on it since they were little kids and everything. Had no idea what it was called, so typical, but I've told them now, so hopefully that'll etch in their brains. See you again soon. Might as well kick off at this fountain in Balboa Park. A big white building you see over there is what they call the Natural History Museum. It's $24 US to get in. So you can forget it. Oh, that's a loud yell. Yeah, $24 to get in. They can forget it. I'm not paying that. We should tell them in Sydney we've got the Australian Museum and it's free. They nickel and dime you for everything over here, and I'm getting so sick of it. Can't wait to get back to old Sydney town and no longer have to deal with tips and the crap service. That's the thing, you'd think you'd get better service over here for paying the tips, but you don't. The servers are just as miserable as anywhere else in the world. I don't know what this main strip's called here that I'm walking down, but it's got some nice palm trees on either side and some nice buildings. A few people got market stalls set up. Still, I wait for my travel buddy to arrive. He's hungover. I told him to go easy last night, but he couldn't help himself. There we go, this is called El Prado, and that street that I was sitting under the Moreton Bay fig is called Village Place. There you go. It is certainly the nicest weather we've had in San Diego so far, so it's good to be out seeing a tourist attraction today. Have a look at this. You can walk through these arches all the way to practically the end of the park. That's how many buildings are here. I found out looking at Google, this joint was built back in the early 1900s to celebrate the completion of the Panama Canal, and they held a world fair here, so that's why all these buildings were created, and they're all in the, I think I read, Spanish colonial revival architecture. So Tell you what, it's a lot more pleasant walking along here through these archways with shade than walking through that ravine. I tell you what. You miss your bus stop in San Diego, and it's quite a hike to the next one. Unless you're in the city, obviously there's a lot of stops in the city, but just outside the city, it's quite a distance. It's a Friday here, so there's a lot of school groups around. Trying to avoid them because they're quite noisy. Had myself a coffee in blue bottle again this morning because it's close to the hotel, and I thought, why not? Oh, it's a nice little area. Can hear the bells tolling on that tower over there. I won't go near that construction site. And still we wait for the little drunkard to arrive. Just finished a nectar and a club sandwich at the Craft Cafe in Balboa Park. The travelling buddy had an egg croissant, whatever that is. I suppose an egg inside a croissant. It's quite pleasant sitting here in the shade, enjoying the nectar. Gonna go and check out that church steeple that you can see in the distance over there in a sec. So I would have thought this was a church, but it's a museum. It's beautiful looking up at the steeple, piercing the sky up there. The palm trees nearby. It was $20 to get into that museum. I thought, screw that. I've seen plenty of museums. Turkey vultures circling above. Tell you what, they got a lot of those turkey vultures here. When we were driving down the Keys, there was thousands of them. Let's check out this main avenue down here now, or boulevard, whatever you want to call it. Absolute stunning day today in San Diego. I'm going to get out and enjoy more of it. My colleague, the drunkard's going to go back and crash in the room again. So he's going to miss out. Look at this bridge, where this bridge goes here. Probably missed a lot in Balboa Park today, but them's the breaks. Hey guys, HW. Come down to San Diego Harbour because it's a beautiful day. Finished in Balboa Park before, and I was going to catch a ferry over to the island over there, Coronado Island, but when I got down here there was like a delay before the ferry goes out there, and I thought by the time I get over there and get back it's going to be quite late. So I thought, bugger it, I'll just come down to the end of the Broadway pier here and just have a look at the harbour from here. Been on plenty of cruises before, I don't need to document that, I don't think, but there's the Midway Museum again. It's a beautiful day again, as I said. It's around 23 degrees Celsius today. Just got a polo shirt on, which is a difference to what I've been wearing while I've been on the East Coast. While I was on the East Coast, I was wearing a jacket. I think they goes one of those stealthy sort of cruisers, shaped to evade radar a bit. Big naval port, San Diego, so you see a lot of Navy personnel around and a lot of boats getting around. Again, I can't get over this, like, you might be able to see a blue and red plane in the distance over there. It's just crazy seeing the airport so close to the city. It's like, there's the airport there, there's the city, there's the airport, there's the city. Like, you literally walk there. You could roll your suitcase over there, I reckon. Bit different to Sydney Harbour, the old San Diego Harbour. There's a lot of rubbish in the water. They don't do a great job keeping it clean, I don't think. Should come over and spend some time in Sydney and learn how to do it. Oh, the Broadway Pier. Also have a look over this side as well. It's nice how they put the chairs on the end of the pier though. You can come down here if you're local and have a coffee. Look out into the water. Look, that'll give you an idea how big the seagulls are. Look at it compared to the woman there. They're dead set like giraffes, these seagulls. Massive. See? Look at that comparison. Here comes a plane to land now. It's an international airport too. A mate was telling me that he's been to London a few times in the past couple of months, and he can fly from there. 10 hours to London from San Diego Airport, apparently. Tell you what, I'm starting to get a bit weary. Looking forward to going home, back to Sydney. My mate from San Diego's driving us back to LAX tomorrow morning. Probably stop for the obligatory In-N-Out burger, as all the tourists do. And then we're going to get up to Griffith Observatory. So hang around for the vid. Just walking along these piers here, it reminds me of the piers that we've got around Sydney, around Woolloomooloo, and I wouldn't say Cockle Bay, they're not the same as that, but yeah, Woolloomooloo and what's the other bay called? Like around Millers Point, the ones underneath the bridge. I think the city skyline that you can see in the distance over the city skyline of San Diego, it's got some similarities to Sydney, but I think a bit smaller and a bit more. The larger buildings are a bit more spread out than they are in Sydney. Yeah, see, look at that. It's been like about 15 minutes since I went over to that ticket office. There's still no ferry to be had. So I'm glad I didn't pay bloody $16 to go over there, return. It's only a 15-minute journey. Again, evidence of how the Americans nickel and dime you over here for everything. The whole time we've been here, we've only had good service once in a restaurant. It was in a restaurant in Isla Mirada called Lazy Days. And there was a young chap there, he must have been of South American descent. He was a very good server. So my buddy gave him a good tip. But everyone else, it's been pretty ordinary, to be honest. So I've been leaving a lot of $1 tips when I get a coffee. Obviously, if it's a restaurant, I leave a bit more. Usually leave 10, 15, 20%, depending on what the bill is. Oh look, there looks like there's some people getting on the ferry now, so I spoke too soon. It's a nice looking ferry though. That lady looks like she was having an argument with her husband or boyfriend about where they were sitting. Being a Friday, you can definitely get a feeling of the tourists walking around, which I'm one of, obviously. So this is the Broadway Pier, as I said before, and that road stretching all the way down there is Broadway. I can literally walk on this all the way to 6th Avenue, turn right, and then about 200 metres I'm in my foyer of my hotel. This walkway along here is not so much like Circular Sea in Sydney. It's more like it's more like Woolloomooloo / probably little bit of Rose Bay, little bit of Double Bay, I suppose. Other thing that's annoyed the hell out of me while I've been in San Diego is their crossings. You wait forever and a day. It's a decent sized building here next to the sculpture. Looks like it's probably a condo building full of apartments. Have some grand views of San Diego Harbour, that's for sure. Santa Fe Station over in the corner over there. Here's this sculpture. I'm going to get a photo of that and whack it on the Instagram.